July 14th, 2025. A date that may seem ordinary on the calendar, but for armies around the world, that day has become an unforgettable emotional milestone in history. Without any prior signs, without an official announcement from the agency, without any leaks from the media, the two brightest stars of BTS, Jimin and Jungkook, suddenly appeared together on a Weverse live stream. Within seconds, social media exploded. Global trending topics were flooded with their names. The fandom world seemed to come to a standstill, all to witness these two young men sharing a warmth that was deeply human. They didn't arrive in stage costumes, nor in the opulence of global idols. No, they came in the simplest yet most touching way. Both were dressed in all-black attire, looking relaxed and comfortable, but it was precisely because of that their aura felt incredibly strong. Jimin with his signature glasses and infectious lighthearted laughter, while Jungkook with his gentle smile that could melt the stress of the entire world. It didn't take more than that to make millions of hearts tremble. The broadcast began with a very simple greeting. "Army, what are you guys up to?" Jimin said, waving at the camera. Beside him, Jungkook leaned in, staring at the lens as if to ensure no fan was overlooked. It wasn't just a casual greeting. It felt like a virtual hug suddenly appearing on quiet nights, filling the emptiness in the hearts of many who missed them. Then, like two old friends who never run out of stories, they shared laughter, jokes, and playful banter that felt so natural. Amidst lighthearted conversation and nostalgia, Jimin suddenly pulled out his secret weapon, a close-up photo of Jungkook sleeping, his face looking innocent and peaceful. Without warning, Jimin showed it to the camera. Laughter erupted. Jimin himself was nearly crying from laughter, while Jungkook could only bow his head in embarrassment and cover his face. It was a moment of such honesty. Not staged, not designed to go viral. Yet that was precisely what made it viral. Jungkook, rather than being angry, laughed and said, "Hyung, you took the photo so secretly." His tone was warm, his eyes sparkling. He knew that the laughter they shared that night would spread across the world like a hug from afar. Moments like these are what make this broadcast feel magical. They discuss their latest favorite foods, mimic each other's habits, and reveal small secrets in their daily routines. Jungkook imitated Jimin's overly serious toothbrushing routine, while Jimin mimicked Jungkook's sleepy voice upon waking up. Sound silly? Maybe. But in that silliness lies sincerity, comfort, and a friendship that can't be faked. Then came the moment that left thousands holding their breath. The camera captured them simply gazing at each other, without words. Silence. But a silence full of meaning. Behind their smiles lay longing. Behind their gaze lay deep understanding. For ARMY who have been with them for years, it wasn't just silence. It was the language of love, without words. It didn't stop there. Jungkook briefly showed the tattoo on his hand. He explained its meaning with a touch of shyness, and Jimin, without hesitation, touched one of them playfully, saying, "This one's for ARMY, right? You have to take care of it." Instantly, thousands of screenshots began circulating. Fan art emerged. Some fans even created merchandise designs based on that small scene. But more than the visuals, what touched people was the emotion they conveyed. And the biggest surprise came at the end of the broadcast, a hug. Not long, not dramatic, but tight. A hug that seemed to unite the thousands of days they had been apart. A hug that seemed to say, "I'm here with you, always." The photo of the hug spread like wildfire. Heartfelt captions began to appear. A hug stronger than words. When two friends support each other, the world feels safe too. The broadcast lasted only about an hour. But for many armies, time seemed to stand still. In that hour, they laughed, were moved, felt close, and momentarily forgot the harshness of the real world. Many admitted to watching while crying, not out of sadness, but out of sheer happiness. The broadcast served as a reminder that Jimin and Jungkook are not just idols. They are a reminder that love can manifest in laughter, small jokes, and genuine togetherness. The number of viewers reached millions in a short time. Hashtags like #JungkookLive, #Healing by Jimin Jungkook, and #WeMissYou immediately became global trends. Fan bases in various countries created video compilations, digital letters, and even short poems inspired by their laughter and smiles. However, behind all the laughter and warmth they brought that night, there was one important thing that could not be ignored: how precious the relationship between BTS and ARMY has been over the years. This broadcast was not just nostalgia. It was clear proof that even though time continues to pass, even though national duties are being carried out, the sense of belonging and longing for each other never fades. Jimin and Jungkook didn't just appear to entertain. They were there to greet, to ensure that their love remains unchanged despite the distance. They know full well that out there, millions of ARMY are waiting for news, longing for their voices, laughter, even just their gaze. And that's why the small hug at the end of the broadcast became a symbol of hope. Hope that their togetherness remains intact. That when all the members reunite in the future, this warmth will multiply. That hug was a reminder that BTS isn't just a music group, they are a family, and ARMY is part of that family. After the broadcast ended, the impact didn't stop. Fans began sharing their personal stories. Some wrote about how that night helped them get through a difficult day. Some were in the hospital, some were struggling with loneliness, and others had recently lost their will to live. But because of that simple broadcast, they felt alive again. They felt heard, seen, and most importantly, loved. In various fan community forums, a new term emerged: Jungkook therapy, because that's exactly what it was. The broadcast felt like emotional therapy, healing wounds, warming hearts, and providing new energy to keep going. Some international fan bases even organized online rewatches, watching the rebroadcast while crying, laughing, and sharing their feelings. In a world that often feels cold and busy, this broadcast is a place of refuge. For a moment, the world feels soft again. And of course, many have begun speculating. Is this a sign of a collaboration project between Jimin and Jungkook after their military service ends? Is this just the beginning of a series of surprises they've been quietly preparing? ARMY knows. When it comes to BTS, there's always another layer of surprises yet to be revealed. And that's what keeps them loyal. Not just because of the music or visuals, but because of the emotional connection that grows between them. That night, in its quiet simplicity, it conveyed a powerful message. We never truly left. We've always been here for you. And ARMY responded in unison, without words. We're here too, always waiting, always loving. When the day comes for them all to return from military service, the world will welcome them with even more warmth than before. But until that day comes, moments like these are treasures. Treasures of immeasurable value that will always be remembered as part of the long story between BTS and their fans. So, for those of you who witnessed that night's broadcast, consider yourselves witnesses to a small yet meaningful piece of history. And for those of you who didn't get to watch it, don't worry, because that warmth still lingers in every story, in every image, and in every heart moved by it. Thank you once again, Jimin and Jungkook. You didn't just greet us, you brought hope to life. And Top K-pop will continue to bear witness to every story like this, stories where love and friendship unite the world.